Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to LMS Stage 0 2024 or 2023, you call it. We're back in for another match. Another winners bracket one, actually. This time it's going to be the Lobby 4, which are having players between Kantan07, Ranji, Wopsung, Brown 918, Deku the Say, Jim 1207, and Miniature Lamb. Currently we are missing Brown. We don't know where he is, but the match should be starting soon. But we need to wait for our players to come. And my name is Jonkin, and now we got our client working, layout working. So we got some new stuff right here. Very nice competitors, not rush anymore. But yeah, we're only missing one player, which is a lot better than last match where we are missing two. Apparently Brown just got Black at home, so he should be here for some second. Yeah, it's Jonkin, and it's me again. We have all the players below, and they are basically in the same order as the sheet tells you. So the last person being Lamp, the actual Lamp, and the first Kichu, it's Kantan07, Ranji, Brown, Ranji, Wopsung, Brown, and then Deku being the, I don't know what's that Pokemon name in English. We have Disay being that really weird skull skeleton. Actually, it's not a skeleton. I have no idea what that is. It looks like a cow. And then Jim being a furry. So that's all our players on our screen. Brown should be logging in soon. And if all the players are here, we will be playing starting from Node Mod 1 to Node 2. At the end of the match, there should be only 4 players making through the loser brackets. So apologies, I mean winners bracket. Well, every match in this match will be 4 players making through, and everyone will have 2 lives. And if you do lose your if you lose both of your lives, you will be out of the match. Of course, if you only lose one, you're lucky. You will still live on to the next tournament, next match, and survive in the winners bracket. So being a grand finalist in the winners bracket actually matters quite a bit, as you will have 3 lives in the grand final. So definitely it's a good thing for you to stay on track on the winners bracket, and I would say quite important as well. But yeah, we do have some really good players here on our screen. We have Kantan07, one of the best players in the entire world. Being a Japanese, of course, really good at hard rock, just basically everything. I mean, he's a Japanese. After all, Kantan07, you can usually it's. I won't say he's like extreme. Like, I don't know him as like a gimmick player, but he definitely able to play DT speed, hidden. Of course, DT speed, hidden hard rock as well, and then very fast reading, very fast speed stuff, stamina. Definitely some of his biggest strength. They win in SGTS 2021 in the CR team, and also win in Osu Tiger World Cup last year, 2023, being a brand new player. And yeah, this player is very quick, one of the best players in the entire world. Definitely our all eyes on him on most of the picks. Maybe outside of gimmick, we'll see. Next player, we got the star, Ranchi, the Mario Galaxy. I don't know I forgot what do you call them, but the Mario Galaxy star thingy, Ranji. Ranji, it's definitely a very well-rounded player as well. Especially in early stage, he is super good in terms of accuracy. He's super good in terms of accuracy and very consistent. Hidden. Despite being a DDKK, very good at accuracy. Like unlike most DDKK players, where he doesn't have the stereotype of like most DDKK players. Very good at hidden. Hard Rock able to play as well. Read them very quickly. In earlier pools, he's definitely one of the few that is able to beat some really top players, especially with his hidden Hard Rock skill as well. So definitely a player who is well-rounded, but he does fall off if the map pool gets to like 7.5 star or even above, like very high star rating. But we aren't in that department right now, so he should be still able to play this pool just fine. Not just fine, but actually really well. So definitely one of the few players that I do think will make it through to the brackets. And then we got the third, the peaceful thingy, the peaceful Pokemon. It's one of the, I do believe it's legendary in Pokemon. Correct me if I'm wrong. Warp Zone. He played in 4-digit Taiko World Cup. Definitely one of the weaker players in our field right here. But he definitely has some quite high skill cap for a 4-digit player, and able to play hidden quite a lot as well, quite a bit. So not a bad hidden player at all, and very high skill cap even for a 4-digit. So maybe able to actually go against some of these like players on our screen, but it's definitely gonna be a rough order, and I don't think. If we do have a predictions, I don't think he will be one of the players to expect to go through. But I mean, in semifinals, you make it to the winners brackets already quite well. I mean, you at least win one match. So good job for you. Good job to you, and good luck against some of these like top players in the entire world. Next, we got Brown, who has a wrestling suit profile picture, or Liza. He also played in 4-digit Tiger World Cup as the Hong Kong team, and got second place, and I'll say definitely one of the big players for that team. Extremely good at Hard Rock accuracy and DT accuracy, but I would say he, unlike Warp Zone, he is one of the few players who doesn't have like very high skill caps and such. So he's definitely a type of player who won't be able to match up to some of these very top players like Kantan07, Ranji, Dizay. But maybe he will win in some accuracy picks. We do have a little bit of accuracy picks in our pool, but he's not a player who is known for playing techy stuff, and some of the accuracy maps in the pool are definitely tech maps, so kind of a beneficial pool for him. And I would say also another player that I don't expect to make the top 4, but we'll see how he performs. He'll show up. I mean, you just don't need to get last. Technically, so don't get lost, and maybe if you get like beat a person in every map, then good job to you, then you can make it for the next stage. Next, we got the information from Miss, which Pokemon name is this, which is called Lamp, which is called Philip Plum. Okay, thank you, Miss. Philip Plum being Deku. And Deku being, I would say, one of the highest ranking players in Italy for the longest time, and then he now finally not first, but still 2-digit after all in the entire world. And being a 2-digit, definitely you need some high speed maintainment, and he is definitely one of the players who can capable of playing speed, SP as well, hidden and Hard Rock. But I would say hidden is definitely, and speed is definitely the two main strong point of this player. But he's able to play absolutely everything, and I think definitely one of the more expected players to go out in arenas, not go out in this match, but stay alive in this pool. Next player, we got DC, one of the new players, upcoming players from Canada. Last year last year Tiger World Cup, despite he being very high rank, but he wasn't that suited to some of the tournament skill set maps, as he's mostly DT speed hidden player, but slowly he has been training those departments as well, and becoming a stronger tournament player since then. And I do believe he's gonna be quite a big top player for Canada since the 2016 times, where they have amazing players like Tasha, Fudgy King, Flat, Janitor. Is definitely one of the newer bloods from the Canadian team, and he has been proving the entire world that he's getting better and better. And seems like this will be his showtime in this tournament. We'll see how he performs in today's match, and I would say definitely one of the players that is I won't say he's the best in the lobby, but he's definitely one of the few that is capable of making through the winners, survive today's matches, and definitely gonna be a close one. Next one is Jim the Furry, 12-0-7. Jim is a very, I would say, definitely a no-mod player, and I would say no-mod player quite benefits in this tournament, but he is also a 4-digit, not as high skill caps as not almost all the other players in our turn in the rest of the 8 players here, but still, maybe we might be able to see him to perform in some early matches in some of these early maps, because he's actually quite good at no mod, and no mod is the crucial skill set in this tournament. And at last, we have Miniature Lamb, one of the best hidden player in the entire world, and very good at speed as well. Actually, only weakness is Hard Rock, but in this tournament, you are not being able to force to play with Hard Rock, so that's basically one of his weakest skill sets, saying goodbye. And he can play Mono Burst, and he's a DDK player that can play Mono Burst, so definitely a big player to watch out for. And again, another player that I would say on the edge of third to fifth. But we're gonna be starting on No Mod 1, as all our players are on the screen right here. Deku being the first one to find the drop on this Worlds and Grand Order resources on. No more, after all, it's mostly consistency, and I would say top players are definitely able to fall off in such a pick like this. But Robson there's gonna be trading back in the miss right after now being the lowest score, and so does Brown, and then Monoburst is gonna be claiming Jim as well. But Robson having another second miss there, gonna be making him the lowest score in this lobby by quite a distance for now. But another hard pattern there is gonna be claiming both Jim and Brown, and Deku did miss right before these 2 players as well. So so far 4 players are all on the edge of being all on that match on losing their first life here. Wobsong, Deku, Brown, and Jim. Everyone else is very comfortable on this map so far. Almost a double S from Miniature Lamb. Ranchi, Kantan, and Disay all feeling nothing in this map. 220 BPM, having quite a lot of 1-6, and I would say the 1-6 is definitely the hardest part of the map. Some of these bursts there, if you are not used to playing them, you might get caught off and lose a lot of score. Now things have been stabilized quite a bit. Wobsong still the lowest score so far, but only 10,000 points behind both Brown and Jim, and also Deku a little bit above him. Deku being one of the top players in this lobby there, definitely would not want to lose a life this quickly early on in this match. Now slowly going back to very high accuracy plays there. Miniature Lamb is gonna be the first player to find a drop on that 4 full combos player. It's not gonna matter too much. He needs more misses to let Wobsong overtake him. And with Wobsong finding another miss right there, I don't think it's catchable for the rest of the players. Jim does find a drop as well, but it's not enough for Wobsong to catch back up, as he doesn't have any combos. Another mono burst there can be claimed. The same Wobsong Ranchi still FCs from Kantan left, as expected, best player in this lobby, I would say. Still performing really well with only 100 so far. Brown also finds a drop, gonna make it closer. Jim's second drop, that's gonna be huge, as he's the second lowest score right now. But Wobsong there finding his second drop, finding his another drop over right before the final session, right before the calm down. That's going to be the end. Countdown gonna be missing on the cat burst. Cat finisher SV over there. It's not gonna make him the full combo, but it's basically an FC. Very good score from Kantan. Top score of the entire lobby. And Wobsong being the only person below 900,000 points. It's gonna be the first one to lose a life. I mean, instantly onto our No Mod 2 next pick. Mitchell and want to play No Mod 1 again, but no, you're gonna be being forced to play 2L today. No Mod 2, 2L, Pioneer 4, and this is a very different map compared to No Mod 1. No Mod 1 is definitely consistency. If you FC the map, then you can basically no more. You can basically FC the entire map. That you can be possibly top score of the lobby. But No Mod 2 Pioneer 4 is a completely different story. OD of actually 8.5 and having a lot of dun. It's 2L after all. You're gonna be dropping a lot of accuracy on a pick like this. However, I would say this is definitely one of the few more regular 2L songs, so it doesn't have like very crazy rhythms. Instead, there will be a little bit of an SV change at the start of the map, which does make players acting some of the offbeats a little bit trickier. And after that, we're gonna get into your usual 2L's snappings, and once again, biggest challenge, OD 8.5. But the map is one of the lowest star ratings in the entire pool, being only 5.57. So you technically doesn't need to have a very high skill cap to be able to play this map. So some of the lower ranked players may be able to show up. However, I would say this is definitely not a type of map that I expected both Wobsong and Brown to perform extremely well on. So we might see these two players battling out on each other at the end. Jim, I do believe he can play this type of map just fine. But I would say our eyes are definitely on the I would say definitely the weaker link in terms of acting, which is Wobsong, and Brown, who is also not that comfortable in tech map in general. We're starting on No Mod 2. No one has a double S. No one has a double S already. This is your usual 2L experience, especially being OD 8.5. And as expected, the two lowest scores so far on our board, Wobsong and Brown. But everyone's still holding an FC. Any misses are going to be mattering quite a bit. And these are technically just your usual. I would say definitely have quite a bit of like rolling patterns. But like those DK just two fingers. But that finisher, they're gonna be tripping up both Deku and Jim. Deku is not gonna be mattering too much as his accuracy is very high, but Jim finding a second drop over there is gonna be quite a huge deficit. Brown, Miniature Lamb, Deku, all finding misses. And so does Jim. And with Wobsong having a FC despite not having the highest AC at all, despite having the second lowest accuracy, able to make him just safe enough for the lowest score. But the lowest score right now is on both Brown. It's on Brown, who is not the most comfortable in these sort of like tech maps. Following him, it's Jim, who is 20,000 points above him, finding two misses as well. We do have more hot pots after this. It's gonna be more snapping changes into the Ki session. Now it's your usual 2L. Another tung. Snapping change there. Gonna catch off Jim. Now it's Brown's time to catch up. Will he be able to? It's only 10,000 points difference. He needs to hit all the finisher and don't miss at all. More bursts at the end. It's so close. These two players are literally in the same 100,000 same 10,000 points difference. It's all the last snub. You cannot hit any more than just Jim and Brown into the ending, which Brown would not be able to catch up, and he is going to be the one losing alive over here. 95.56%. The accuracy just a little bit too low for him to be able to catch up on a pick like this. Jim, with 1,000 points above him, barely able to stay alive on a pick like this. Definitely a lucky charm over there. after such a tongue map. And now we'll be changing things up onto our free mod 1, which is going to be Elder Dragon Legend, and this is the comfy free mod pick. This map, it's 210 BPM, mapped by Icon, 6.33 star, and it's basically 210 times 1 SV throughout the entire map, and the map is quite comfortable. A lot of nowadays farmable patterns, I would say, but mostly the hardest part is basically the stamina with the mod on. It's a mod that basically requires player to just put on the mod and battling out each other on the mod you are on, and we got quite a bit of players who can basically comfortably just put a mod on without any trouble. Tantan, Miniature Lamp, they say Deku, and Ranchi, these 5 players are not gonna feel anything. Brown is actually really good at Hard Rock, and I do believe he can put on a Hard Rock mod on a pick like this. Wopsong, not the best in terms of acting with Hidden on, but I do believe he can just hit in this map just fine. This map doesn't have that many hard offbeats and such. However, Jim is definitely not a player who is able to play mods that comfortably, especially Hidden, and he's not a Hidden player at all. He hates playing Hidden. But he's forced to play 210 Hard Rock, which I would say is definitely the harder mod on a pick like this. And in a situation like that, I do believe he might be just putting on a no mod for safety, but that's gonna put him in a rough spot. Kantan doesn't want to play the map and decided to play something else. We need a panic. And a Hidden Hard Rock from DC decided to just go big. We need a panic. There we go. In these type of tournament, you won't see players just go for 2 mods, because why would you go for 2 mod? You just want to be safe and actually not get last. But DC said no, and I want to show off with a 2 mod on. Gonna be the first clan play as well. Let's see how he performs on a map like this. About 20 seconds into the map, I was gonna say we have nothing to talk about, but Brown being the first person to find the drop. And that's a big drop. But because he had the mod on, he would still be able to beat Jim in this case. He just need to hold on at some of these longer chain of patterns. Once again, these patterns are very comfy nowadays. Like, these are literally just farming patterns. Well, not farm patterns, but like comfortable to play patterns. And missing on this is actually quite a huge deal. You won't want to do that. But yeah, so far they say with only 100 on Hidden Hard Rock mod so far, having the top score. Now here's a weird session with Hidden. It's easy to find accuracy drops in this session, but Warp Zone, despite being the lowest AC by quite a bit once again, still holding on comfortably in this map with a 98.73%, and it's enough for him to stay off the elimination of lives just yet. And Brown is facing for his life in a map like this, and I would say this is definitely the type of map that he couldn't lose on if he wanted to survive to the next pool. And he finds a miss on the offhand, a huge chain miss from Brown. Jim might be enough to take it, but even with that miss, you can see Jim's and Brown's score difference is not that big due to the mod difference. They are only 5,000 points. There's only 50,000. Not 50, actually 5,000 points difference between them. If James finds a miss, it might be over. Everyone else is not missing. This is just comfy map for the rest of the players. And more patterning, more combo to let Brown catch up to Jim, and he's slowly breaking back against Jim. He is over. He's higher score than Brown. Brown is higher score than Jim right now. Jim needs Brown to miss again, or just drop a lot of accuracy at the ending. Miss, despite you say you get 1 million points, you have 0 chance of losing. Seems like this lobby doesn't prove that case, with a Jim finding a break right at the end. So does Robson. That's not gonna matter. 1 million points, you will be barely not get last. Apparently, Brown actually beats up Robson at the ending, but as expected, Jim, being in play and not able to mod this pick, is gonna lose alive. And they say with only 7 100s with Hidden Hard Rock mod on, despite the size is actually quite comfy, but still that's quite a damn impressive score from him. 9 100 from Countdown 7 on the Hard Rock picks, also really well played over there from him. And also some hidden performance from Miniature Lamp, also definitely an eye to look out for in that last map. But being a comfy map, everyone does a really good score. 2 100 from Miniature Lamp, actually highest note, one singular mod score from him. Ranji, Deku also for the FC. Once again, it's just all the 3-4 digit players battling out each other for now. And rest of the players are quite safe. But now we're gonna be into No Mod 3, the speed pick. Chill now. I don't think it's chill time for all of our players. It's a 300 BPM map. This is kind of a burst map though. Burst 300 BPM map, mapped by Apollos. There's quite a bit of like 7 notes and 5 note patterns, but mostly just only those. It doesn't really have like many patterns that are over 7 notes patterns, and most of them are also quite comfy to play. So definitely a map that I would say benefits more to the artists. And it's also quite a bit of like a speed. I mean, it's a speed pick, obviously. But yeah, 3 4-digit players are all facing eliminations in a pick like this, especially being a 300 BPM pick, which is one of the few maps I would say rank definitely matters. Well, apparently Robson is ranked 640 right now. I'm sorry, Robson. You have gained so many ranks that I did not do too well research on that, but we already see, seems like there's already a player struggling in this map. Jim completely butchered the start. They say Deku, Brown, and Ranji all misses at the start. It seems like that pattern there caught up all 4 of these players at the same time. And Warpsong as well, finding a chain misses on the mono pattern over there. Actually, let Jim overtake him, but Jim does find a miss as well, and so does Ranji. Robson and Jim now being the 2 lowest scoring players on our board. Miniature Lamb with a double S, so this Countdown 07. These 2 are completely safe. Jim finding another break over there. It's gonna make Robson being the 2nd lowest score right now, and he might be able to catch up to Brown as Brown finds a miss as well. But all of our lower rank players are definitely finding miss left and right in a map like this. Another break there from Whoopsong. Jim once again having the 2nd miss. It's gonna be basically making Whoopsong having quite a bit of a safe ground. This map is very short, only 1 minute and 30 seconds. It's only a sprint, and seems like the sprints are definitely benefiting Whoopsong for now. Brown finding another chain miss over there. It's gonna make Whoopsong overtake him in this case, but that doesn't matter as Jim is by far the lowest scoring player in our board, and I do believe that he is going to be our first player to lose the map. Unfortunate they're losing by quite a bit in the free mod pick, and now just dying at the last session of this 300 BPM map. Some of these patterns definitely just too dense for him. Unlucky case for him, but he is going to be our first player to get an exit in this case. 742k. Still getting an A on this map is quite impressive, but sadly he'll be leaving. He'll be the first person to get eliminated from this match. He still have the loser brackets to survive on, so not over for him just yet. But he's gonna be saying goodbye for now in the winners bracket. Good scores from everyone else on the board. Very good scores from Miniature Lamp and Countdown, only having 3 100s and 4 100s respectively. Top scoring the lobby, both of these players, and 38 100s from Wopsung and Brown. Also a little bit Also, more on the eliminated side, having 47 100s, and Wopsong having 40. It's a miscount set kind of separates these two players by 5,000 points. But still, these two players are definitely next to face up in elimination. And it's a 4-digit title World Cup map time, boys. Both of these players did play in 4-digit title World Cup. It's their time to show up. Reflected Wings. It's a stream map by Cookie Tree. It was a custom map in No More 4 as well in 4-digit title World Cup 2023. The map is kind of funny. The first 3 minutes are basically nothing except that one kind of long stream. A little bit uncomfy that might trip up players, but the last stream there with some SV are extremely uncomfy. And you might be completely not lucky in some sessions and died in the map and miss. Yes, it's a map from Grand Finals. And you can hear some of the stamina required in this map. Being a 4 minutes map, you still need some finger strength on this map. But I would say the first 3 minutes maybe means nothing. The last minute might be all the showcase here. Alright, into the map. OD 7.3. So hacking these maps is definitely not that easy as well. But the uncomfy stream are basically the biggest challenge of the map, and we might see knock luck. And in a tournament like LMS, if you knock luck completely, you might say goodbye to the map. You might basically lose a life. So I would say everyone has a chance to lose a life on a map like this. Especially the first 2 minutes are basically 3 points to everyone. As we do see, the only person having a double S left is actually Brown, the person who played in 4-digit title World Cup. Now on to our first stream right here. These are all comfy, farmable comfy patterns nowadays. This is not the stream I was talking about, but you could still be not blocking in the stream like this. Alright, second one. Brown just dropped a 100. He's no longer double S-ing. Ranchi still with the double S. I thought no one was double S-ing outside of Brown, but the first misses are going to be from Robson. It's no longer an accuracy battle. Thankfully, it's not a huge chain of miss, so it's not going to matter too much. I do believe someone's going to get knocked lucky in the final chain of stream. But it's going to give some early deficits to him compared to the rest of the players. This is just a map that's anti-climatic. I don't have anything to say. No one else is dropping anything. And I'm also not jamming to the song. I'm sorry, Kokichi. The song is just... I like most of your song choice. And this one is just not good. And it's just nothing happening. Until the last minute. And it just... Alright. We're gonna see some real action here. A little bit harder stream this time. But the stream gets harder and harder. Now offhand they're gonna make a countdown out of all players to drop. So does Brown. So now these two players are actually the more lower scoring player. I'm sorry, not lower rank, but that mono burst, they're gonna call up Brown once again. You will be the lowest scoring player from now on. He's fine to miss again. Okay, now we enter into actually hard pattern streams. The high SP as well, makes it hard to read. And here comes many offhand stream in this case. You could be completely locked in this session and tank your score to the lowest. No one's want to find any misses right here. Everyone's still holding on, starting from the Ki. Lower scoring players still Wobsong's. Brown's misses just wasn't big enough for him to overtake. Wobsong completely locked. He locked for a chain over there. He's gonna now having the lower score by quite a bit. Brown's gonna have a little bit of a wiggle room. And the longer chain of streams, everyone's still holding on apart from Wobsong. Very impressive performance. Final last stream. No one's finding a drop. My bad there. Oh my god. Oh god. Brown completely locked. So does Wobsong. Okay, the last is actually very close, but Wobsong having a huge lock at the ending there. Gonna let Brown stay off from eliminations on the reflected rings on the stream map, and Wobsong's gonna be eliminated from this match. Unfortunate to him. But the accuracies are definitely the big reason for this why he loses this map. Unfortunately, he was quite I mean, he definitely proved himself that he can definitely play some of these high skill cap maps, despite not making fly in 4-digit tag World Cup. Definitely, I would say quite a big surprise for him to even make it to this stage. But now we're dropping down to the loser brackets. Let's see how he will perform later on in the match. Later on in this tournament. We got quite a bit of an FCs on that map, which is actually quite impressive that we did not see any FCs on our last lobby. Ranshi with 2 100, DC with 4 100s. Okay, these two are definitely monstrous play. Deku with 6 100s, and so does Miniature Lab with 6 100. Anton was actually on the edge of losing that pick, surprisingly. But he has quite a bit of like I would say there's at least one more buffer zone for some of these like top players battle, and we do still have Brown left, who is, I would say, definitely slightly weaker in terms of skill cap compared to the rest of the players in lobby. On a farm map though, Koi, it's a farm map. 5 years ago, not 5 years, actually time has been so far away, it's like 8 years ago. And 8 years ago farm map, which means double it. And 1-6 raw, but 1-6 even. I would say I actually don't know who loses this map. This is definitely the type of map that Brown can play. I'm not sure how good is he on a map like this though. But this one is definitely a big one for him to overcome. However, if he did win this pick, he needs to suffer the gimmick pick. Which gimmick is definitely not his forte. So he's gonna put on the hard rock mod on. Oh my god, Kantan's gonna put on no mod. Is that real? Do we actually need a panic? Kantan is putting on no mod. That's actually really risky. I mean, putting on 1 mod makes sense. 2 more is completely a risk. But no more is also completely a risk, because you basically need to FC. Unless he was sure that the other players would do worse than him with a mod on. That's definitely a big surprise from Kantan over there. Everyone else basically the same mod as the last map. Deku, Miniature Lamb, Ranshi on and Hidden. This say with Hidden Hard Rock and Brown with Hard Rock mod on. But without the solo hard rock on for Kantan, it's gonna be having the lowest score so far in the lobby. But the map is far from over just yet, and here comes, oh, here's a hard session. Okay, Brown completely cannot play this far. Okay, oh my god. Okay, that's it. That's it. Already over. Misses from Miniature Lamb, Disay, and Ranshi. Only FC left is actually Deku and Kantan. Like I mentioned, Brown completely butchering in that session there. Probably already sees that he's gonna be the lowest score because he's 100,000 points below everyone else in the lobby. Even Ranshi and Disay, even below both Ranshi and Disay. And Kantan is actually still having a second lowest score because he has no mod on. Alright, after a little bit of the course, we got a little bit of a calmer session over here. I would say 5-star patterns in this part. But into the break, you do see the scores. Everyone knows that they are safe. Like, everyone knows that they are in a sign of a relief that Brown is unable to play this map. Unfortunate for him, but it's time for him to say goodbye. Another launching over there, it's gonna be claiming him a lot once again. Ranshi, a huge knock lock for him, doesn't matter. Like I said, you see that leaderboard right before the chorus. You know, it's basically over for one player. Another huge chink of miss as well from Disay. Another rolling patterns, 160-1-4 here. Once again, only Kantan is holding on absolutely everything. Miniature Lamb as well, despite missing earlier on the first course, having an impressive 99.6 hidden 1 miss score so far on the map, and that's a really good score. On to our last course, there are basically no more hot pots left of the map. And Brown gonna be saying goodbye to the rest of the players and eliminated in this match. Deku missing at the ending. That's it. Kantan really played with a no mod. He really played no mod with 5100 FC, 8101 misses from Miniature Lamb, crazy accuracy from him. It's barely over 1 million on 2 more from Disay. Risky, but that's a risk that you can take, I would say, despite especially having one player who is not the most comfort in these type of maps. And that's gonna be Brown fading out in Korea. And it's gonna be these 5 Taiko World Cup top 12 level players battling against each other. Onto Go Talk. A gimmick pick now. And on a pick like this, mapped by Miyagishima, I would say Gimmick is definitely up on the air. That I won't say these players are the most fantastic on Gimmick. Ranshi can play them just fine, like he doesn't care. Miniature Lamb can also destroy these type of maps, but rest of the 3 players though, these say Deku and Kantan, I'm not too sure about their capabilities on Gimmick. We have 2 Ranshis on our screen right now. I have no idea why, but I guess we'll keep the two Ranshi. This map has a lot of Gimmick, mostly Yellow Nut Gimmick. There we go. Okay. We need Deku to load in. Panic. This part you technically doesn't need to play at all. So we did not miss any actual content. But due to that part not having any maps that you notes that you need to play, so you'll probably be rewarding a 920k max score at the end. Now here the first gimmick completely misses from Deku and DC and counter. Oh my god, okay. Oh my god, okay, Deku completely cannot play this map. Oh, that's a huge knocklock from Deku. It's only the start of the map is already 100,000 points below everyone else. I guess, like expected, Miniature Lamb and Ranshi are just sleeping through this map. So does DC. Actually, yes, so does DC, able to combo through that part. He knocked out quite a bit of the start, but after that he's performing quite well. Miniature Lamb is just sleeping in this map. 100% so far. Still, another miss from him. But he has a huge buffer zone from Deku. We're into the session that you technically doesn't need to tap any of these bar line gimmick, but it's a cool addition to have. I'm gonna get into more longer chain of stream now. And now here's a slow session, and with the finisher gimmick, Ranchi Deku counter all funny misses. Now this part makes you go blind with the slider finisher. Kinda missing another time, but Deku's knocklock was just so big at the start. It's so hard to recover from Deku. Another cool visual gimmick over here. I love this map, by the way. This map is actually in my favorite before this was even being picked. Now into the flashing red notes. The flashing notes are basically taunts. Miniature Lamb finds a miss and a huge knocklock from Countdown once again, but once again his misses are far to make him below Deku. And now I just tack. That's basically all the gimmicks gone. And Deku is gonna be the player to lose alive. Another miss from Miniature Lamb, but once again it's not gonna matter. He has a very impressive play at the start though. That's going to be Deku losing alive on the gimmick pick. Knock at the start completely destroyed him. It's unfortunate situation. But that's going to be the only gimmick that he will suffer from. You're not gonna get any more gimmicked. Now onto Akira Memashita. Definitely a map that Deku able to perform a lot better on. But so does players like Antan, I would say. He can definitely perform very well on a pick like this. Map by IDK, and this map only 2 minutes, but you hear the song by 7-7. There's a lot of snapping changes. 1/3, 1/4 snapping changes. It's kind of similar to No Mod 2. However, the OD is a lot lower and the BPM is a lot higher. But due to No Mod 2 being more like a 2L tech, so I would say both of these picks are definitely more speedy type of tech maps out there. But the accuracies on this one are definitely a little bit easier than that map, due to OD being lower and it's not 2L. But some of the pattern maintain on this map is definitely quite important, and there's also many finishers in this map. This is some Miniature Lamb very early on. Despite absolutely destroying the last pick, being the lowest score so far in the lobby. Just an unfortunate start for him, but he needs someone else to find miss. to take his spot for him. Now get into more 1-6 burst. Miss from Say on the finisher. Finally, Miniature Lamb was looking for the hook. He was seeking for the hook. And Ranshi also gonna give a little bit slight glimpse of hope for Miniature Lamb. With that second miss there, giving a little bit of hope as well to Say. But Say needs to hold on to his accuracy. His accuracy is 1% below everyone else, and Deku's performed a lot better on this map. He did not hit the finishers though, that's why his score is 20,000 points lower than Kantan. But once again, he's far from being eliminated just yet. A little bit of a chill session, but we're gonna get back to the same offbeat finisher that happened a minute ago. Kantan 7 gonna be the first one to find a break on the second chorus. Deku being the only FC left. We're gonna get more bursts. Say requires another player to find a miss, a chain miss even, to let him to overtake either Miniature Lamb or Ranshi. But no one's giving any hope to him, and he's going to be the one losing a life on this pick. The accuracy is the main difference in this pick. 937,000 points. Now we'll be on to the free mod pick. Free mod 3 translucent Terminal and this Matter song. This one is a good song. I would say Backfire, you did a good job on this song pick. It's definitely my type of music. However, the type of map though is definitely a lot more different compared to other 2 free mods that we saw so far. This map has a lot more SVs and quite a bit of like snapping changes as well. Despite this map being only 145 BPM, the SVs actually it's times 1.7 base, and the chorus speeds up to 1.3. So Hard Rock you need to read 230 BPM, but there's one breakdown session that it just brutal for hidden players, and this is a type of map that I'd expect players to just go for no mod for the safety. I do believe we will see players like Kantan just go for no mod, and then if he's already going for no mod on free mod 2, he might still go for no mod on a pick like this. They say we could go for hidden Hard Rock on the map like this. I'm not too sure will he be wanting to go for hidden. He's actually going to go for hidden Hard Rock. Oh my god, okay. Boys, his boss is huge. He's like, I'm not afraid, I'm just gonna go for 2 mod. Kantan gonna go for Hard Rock only. Okay, that makes more sense. I would say Koya with no mod was quite surprising, and I was like, is he not able to play his mod as well? But he's able to, and he's gonna put on the Hard Rock mod, everyone else with a hidden. It's all come down to slow session then. Alright, first part of the map is definitely the easiest part so far. It's the streams. There's no SV changes, just huge SV changes just yet, apart from that finisher. Not finisher, spinner. And everyone's holding on quite well. Double S from Ranchi, but the 2 mod from Say makes him the top score of the lobby. And 99.75 from Kantan, Miniature Lamb, and Deku makes them the lowest score so far. And now we're gonna get a little bit more different snappings, I would say. But different snappings. I won't say it's a different snapping, just the song sounds a little bit more reader. And now onto another stream. No one gives in any inch. And that 1-6 there also did not call up anyone. Now here comes a slow session with Hidden. This is definitely the hardest part with Hidden mod on. We'll take a look at how all the Hidden players do, and also the save his 2 mod on. All these players on our screen are very good Hidden players. No one's finding any misses on this part, and the Hard Rock player is the one who finds the miss. What? Countdown with the first player who find the drop. Oh, that changed things. That changed things. You could not miss on that session on Hard Rock Pay. And that's a huge deal. He is holding on the lowest score so far into the brick, and he sees it. Deku, it's 5,000 points above him. He could not drop any more accuracy. Also gives a huge nerf to him. And here comes another slow session on Hidden. It's Countdown chance to come back. And some of these doublets are brutal on Hidden, but no Hidden players are finding any drop in this map. Impressive play, but Deku finds a miss on the overlap finishers. So does Ranji. Oh, now Countdown has all the chance to come back, and Deku is facing eliminations. So does the save finds a miss, but Deku needs more misses after this part. He needs any hope from Ranji or Countdown to completely drop in the last chorus. That was a branch of misses. No one misses on that path, but the accuracy from Deku is not saving him. 98.848%. He's building back up, but no one's giving him any inch, and it might be the end on Triangular. But both Finisher and Countdown finds a miss on last session. It might be enough. It's so close. Deku needs more misses from Ranji. That's actually a Bancho miss. That's not a real miss at all. That might be the end then. That's going to be the end. That was a Bancho miss from Miniature Lamp and Countdown. Both of those players did not miss. If that was the actual miss, it might be the play. It might be the help Deku needed. But unfortunately, the hero story just doesn't come true. And on 3-3, Deku gonna be sadly, unfortunately, leaving the LMS Stage 0, as he will be our final player to get eliminated in the winners bracket, and he will be dropping down to the loser brackets. That was a rough lobby though. Everyone got a million on that map. That's crazy performance from all these players. But unfortunately, for Deku, he is the last player that's just a little bit lower score than rest of the players on that last map, and that's going to be our 4 players making through to our winners bracket, which is going to be Dusei, Countdown 07, Ranji, Dusei, and Miniature Lamp. Congratulations to you for making through to the finals weekend of the LMS Stage 0 2023 or 2024. But that's and the players that dropping down the loser brackets will be Deku, Brown 918, Warp Song, and Jim 1207. 1207. I should have said better. My English is trolling. But that's going to be our lobby. But we will have another match instantly at 16 UTC. Stage 3. We will be getting things up slowly, because it will be another huge match in the winners bracket, which is going to be the lobby 3. Cheese Salad, Nanalus, Kiyoshin's, which our streamer need to play, DXA4, Crab Cow, My Angel Elu, and Clario and Kuran. I'm not too sure who's going to stream because our streamer is playing, but we will see. Wish the best luck to him for playing the match, Kiyoshin's. Thanks for streaming. We're gonna be seeing you guys in a minute if we do get the stream. If we don't, see you guys in 2 hours. In an hour, actually. But see you there.